Right, here we go, folks. October the 14th. It's a Wednesday, 20 past 2 nearly in the afternoon in the UK. Right, interesting stuff going on at the moment. Happily, at last, some action. Right, US dollar index. This is the weekly US dollar index chart you see in front of you. We've had a real good run up now since the summer. Hitting resistance. We hit this resistance last week and we came down, and I wondered whether that was it for the dollar. We rebounded back, retested it. 3 times now we've tested this resistance and it's rejected it. This is the weekly chart, so you can see these 3 weekly bars. Now, we've got the 38.2% fib resistance there at 94.46, 94.47. We've got the previous swing high from last year, well, sort of September, October last year. Yeah, so about around this time last year, actually. Just above where we are peaking, matching the 200-week moving average, which is around 94.75. We've got this swing low down here. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of price resistance and moving average resistance. The 100-week moving average resistance at 24, 25, 24, 94, 25, 94, 30. 200-week moving average, 200-week moving average at 94.75, 94.80. There's a lot for the dollar to get through. Now, we're overbought on the daily chart, obviously, after such a good run. We're even getting overbought on the weekly chart, and there's even a negative divergence from the slow stochastic on the weekly chart. So there are several good reasons why the dollar could turn lower, and it already has. I've been talking to my subscribers. I warned them about this, so already, not a surprise for us, of course. Letting you know as well, if we close below last week's low, that would be a bearish engulfing candle, and that would further emphasize the fact that the dollar has probably topped and the dollar will probably go lower. Now, you would think that it was really straightforward, and you would just think, well, that's easy. We'll just sell the dollar. We'll buy all the other pairs against it. Happy days. It doesn't quite work like that with the dollar index. Right, we're looking at silver at the moment. Silver hit resistance. This is the daily chart. Silver hit some real nice resistance from this trend line going back to June 2021 this year, and a moving average 50-day, but we're pushing through it now. So this is slightly confusing. Silver's pushed above my resistance level. Now, fortunately, I saw that coming, so I suggested on my Telegram channel for shorts to exit, and they have done that. Having said that, we are pulling back now, pulling back to that level. In fact, pulling back to the level where we were getting out. My resistance level was around 23.10, 23.20. We got out at 23.30. No big deal. That's back to where we are now. However, slightly confusing picture, as I said. Now, gold hit my big resistance level at around 70.95, 70.90, 70.95. We overran a little bit, not too far. We got to 1800. Well, for me, the stops were just above 1800. So that's fine. We're still short and wondering if these moving averages will hold it. And there's also a big trend line going back a couple of years, actually, this trend line here. So there's a lot of resistance in gold, and seeing that silver market now just turn down makes me wonder whether silver was confusing me because silver broke higher, gold hadn't broken higher. But now that silver's coming back again, I'm wondering if that is indicative of the fact that gold will hold that resistance level and gold will pull back. Now, that obviously goes against the idea of a weaker dollar, because these metals will weaken against the dollar. So, as I say, slightly confusing picture. Silver I see now down at 23.28, so that's backed away a lot from the high. Now, Euro US dollar. Seeing dollar weakness, so the euro has bounced back from lows of around 115.20, 115.30. Initially, that worked really well because we were short from 115 sort of 80. So that was fine, had some profit. Bounced back to the resistance level. Right. Now then, for me, the big resistance of the day is 116. What did I have on my reports this morning? 116.10, 116.20. So we got as far as 116.23 and change. So that resistance level definitely working. We're backing away from that now. Shorts are just kicking in. Where is the price now? 115.96. Okay, so we're about 15, 20 pips lower from the sell level. That seems to be working okay. And obviously that does contradict slightly my theory about a weaker US dollar. And being short, I actually want the dollar to strengthen. Now, dollar yen didn't weaken with the weak US dollar initially, and this looks like it could now be a bull flag. Let's have a look at it on the 4-hour chart. Let me get a trend line so that I can sort of emphasize this potential bull flag pattern. There we go. Is that a bull flag? Could well be. Looks like it on the 4-hour chart. A nice run up. And when you look at it on the daily chart, again, could be. I've got to take these fibs off. They're a little bit old. Get rid of those. Get rid of my descending triangle. There we go. Tidy things up a little bit. Okay, so I'm wondering now if this is a bull flag. So actually, this is actually quite a bullish pattern for the dollar yen. So it, as I say, confusing. Dollar index looks negative. You break down some of the pairs, and actually the dollar could go higher. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. Oh, WTI crude. This was an absolute beauty yesterday. Buying down at 79.50, 79.20. The market rocketed up, and now we bottomed out right on the buy point, and we're now about 200 ticks higher. So that looks good. Oil, still the chart looks good. Possibly will trade sideways to consolidate recent gains and ease this overbought scenario we have on the slow stochastic on the daily chart, but I do not see a sell signal. So yesterday I was happy buying into dips. The day before I was happy buying into dips, 79.50, 79.20 being that big support level, which is working so well. I would quite happily do the same again. There is every chance that level will hold if it is tested again for the third time. However, we may not even get that chance. This also just looks like a consolidation phase in the bull trend. Probably a lot of people are thinking, oh, oil's gone too far and it can come down. There might be some shorts out there. I personally wouldn't join those shorts. That's all I've got to say for today. The Aussie dollar probably worth having a quick look at, actually, because the Aussie dollar is one of the main beneficiaries of a weaker US dollar. Really has been pushing higher. The euro has not been a beneficiary of the weaker US dollar. In fact, euro was weaker during the early part of the week, seeing a recovery today, of course. But we have hit my strong resistance level in that. But the Aussie has seen some strength. Now we're testing the 100-day moving average just there. I don't think that's a major factor, so I personally would not be looking to sell into a short position in the Aussie US dollar. I did have strong resistance around 74.00, 74.10 earlier in the week, but I decided to scrap that, and I'm glad I did because it looks like the Aussie is pushing higher against the US dollar. So it is quite a mixed bag for that US dollar. Really, really a time to focus very carefully on these pairs. Look at the patterns that are developing. Look at the levels that are holding or are not holding, and then we can try and get a picture of where the US dollar index will go. Will it break above sort of 94.80, which is what is required for a buy signal for the US dollar, or will it hold below 94.50 as it has done and then see the market sink? Well, I'm trading each pair on its own merit, on its own chart, but I've got that dollar index picture in the back of my mind as a big picture of what I have to be careful of. In case, for example, the euro were to break higher against the US dollar, maybe up through 116.35, that would then be very bullish, and that really would signal to me that the dollar can go down further quite significantly, and that this was just a bounce in a bull trend in recent weeks. Right, I've said enough. We'll have a look at all this again tomorrow, see where we are. But yeah, very interesting times at the moment, and at last, potential swing trade opportunities, which is something we've not had throughout the summer, really. Lots of sideways action which has been quite boring in the metals and the forex markets and even the stock markets. But stock markets are definitely livening up as well. Maybe we can talk about those tomorrow. Right, thanks for joining me. Good luck for the rest of the day.